City. The Thunder won as predicted by Stephen A. Smith by 12 points. And because, Stephen A., you got game one exactly right, you get to pick first. What's the score and who wins?
Well, I'm picking Oklahoma City to win game two.
Shock.
As well.
Just shocking.
There's nothing that's shocking about it. I expect Kevin Durant to have another sensational performance. I expect Russell Westbrook to play better, even though he had numbers that would say that he played exceptionally well. I don't think he played exceptionally well. I do believe he can play much better. I believe in the brother. You got him. I definitely don't think that Harden will be non-existent and a non-factor offensively the way he was in game one. I expect Dwayne Wade to come out and be a bit more assertive. I expect it to be tough for a little while, but at the same time, again, in this particular game, I just believe that the Miami Heat will be outclassed. I think they will be beat. I think they will be beaten easier than they were beaten in game one. In game one. And I think that the final score will be 103 to 89.
To 89?
89.
You got a blowout?
No, I don't. Well, I don't call 14-point a blowout, but I believe it'll be 103, 89.
Very similar to game one.
Listen. If Dwayne Wade, listen, all bets are off when you've got Dwayne Wade and LeBron James playing at an elite level. But I don't believe that we're going to see their A games together until they get to Miami.
All right.
And that's why I'm giving Oklahoma City the edge in this particular game. 103-89. Durant drops about 30, and so does Westbrook.
Yeah. The phones are ringing right now in Las Vegas.
Yep. Before game one, you were a seer. You were an oracle. You were Nostradamus A. Smith. I don't think I'll remind you about your picks during the Boston-Miami series.
Well, I've reminded folks about that. I said, listen, it was a one-time wonder, one-hit wonder, because of the Eastern Conference Finals, I was terrible.
You were terrible.
I was terrible.
You were so terrible you quit picking it.
That's right, until I went on ABC Saturday and I made the right pick.
Okay,
you did get it right in the end.
I am here to say today, you are almost certainly right about tonight.
Wow.
Almost. But just because Oklahoma City blew Miami off the floor in the second half of game one, it was 58-40 Oklahoma City. Think about that. 58-40. Just because of that, I am still not going to run from my preseason and pre-finals pick. I am sticking with Miami to win one of the first two games in Oklahoma City, as I told you before game one. So I'm going to stick with Miami wins tonight, because I am going to, silly me, I'm going to trust that LeBron James will not resort to those Achilles heel jump shots that he settled for again and again and again in game one. I'm going to trust that LeBron James will guard Kevin Durant from the opening tip. I am going to trust that Chris Bosh will start tonight, he will play 40 minutes, and he will play big tonight. And I am going to finally trust that Dwayne Wade will come out of semi-retirement to reclaim the leadership that he rightfully deserves of this team, that he should take responsibility for, and that Dwayne Wade will finally resemble Dwayne Wade, that guy we used to know and love.
He'll be Batman again.
I don't even know if I can go so far as to say Batman, but he will just be Dwayne Wade tonight.
All right.
And because of that, I am going with the same score I went with. You know how stubborn I am. I'm going with my game one score once again. I'm going with Miami 103, Oklahoma City 100. 103-100. And I must admit, I'm even further out on the limb today.
You are further out on the limb. I think you're insane. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that I understand, because really what you're acknowledging without really saying so is that you're rooting for LeBron James and D. Wade. I applaud.
Only because I picked him?
No, well, see, you're trying to disguise it. Me personally. I have a rule.
He only roots for his picks.
I have a rule. I don't root against Dwayne Wade because I just think
because you know it's a dangerous game.
Not at all, because I think he's a phenomenal human being. But I just think he's a guy that's impossible to root against. Right. I know that he's not 100%, but I believe that that crowd in Miami will inspire him. I think the crowd here, the assassin that we know Dwayne Wade to be, has been virtually non-existent.
So you're waffling on your pick? Isn't that what I'm hearing?
No, what did I?
No, I didn't hear you waffle.
I'm hearing waffle.
I didn't hear waffle.
You
breakfast waffle.
Probably because that's what you want to eat with your Diet Mountain Dew. But the point that I'm trying to
don't
make,
eat waffles.
But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that I don't believe that assassin exists. I believe that's why we're seeing him.
So you
constantly.
think he's a fraud?
Are you?
Go ahead.
Why, you need to stop. Listen, the show is compelling enough without you trying to fabricate kind of stuff like that. No, I don't believe he's a fraud or anything like that. I am simply saying that Dwayne Wade is not healthy. He's not 100%. And when you combine that with the fact that he's constantly crying to the referees, that to me,
I agree.
That to me is somebody that's looking for help because he doesn't have the supreme confidence he customarily possesses to get it done himself. And as a result, I've had people telling me, listen, when Dwayne Wade complains to the referees, it usually works in his favor because he usually gets calls. And that's what he's looking for. And I think he's looking for it because he's lacking something else. And by the way, I spoke to the great Hubie Brown, who's forgotten more basketball than most of us know. I spoke to him yesterday, and he talked about Dwayne Wade going to the hole. Either the first step is absent, or even when he gets a first step and he gets by folks and gets into the teeth of a defense, he can't elevate the level, the way that we're accustomed to seeing him elevate. So clearly something is missing. He's no doctor. He made sure to say that. But let me tell you something right now. If there's anybody's basketball knowledge I trust implicitly, it is Hubie Brown, okay? And I'm telling you right now, he talked about watching Dwayne Wade. The absence of a first step, quick first step, absence of elevation, etc. You don't have that going in your favor.
What did Hubie see against Indiana? What did he see in the fourth quarter against Boston?
I did not ask him back then, so stop it. Stop it. I didn't ask him. I specifically said I spoke to him yesterday, not 2 weeks ago. So the point is, Miami will lose tonight. Because in this rabid environment with a superstar at the highest order, they will not be able to sum it up. Whatever they need to sum it up.
Fly doesn't like your argument either.
That's He's all over it right though.
Yeah.
103.
You got flies on your argument.
103, 89.
That's what happens when you do a show from an NBA locker room.
Final point. You cannot accuse me of rooting for LeBron James like I love LeBron James, okay? I love Kevin Durant. I'm rooting for Kevin Durant.
You should love LeBron James.
Well, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. That's all I got to say.
Our first Talladega Nights reference in a long time. In a long time. All right, so look, here's the deal. Skip sticking with his guns. He's staying with the Heat.
I am.
You have the Thunder tonight. You at home are going to get to decide this
I'm sorry,
battle.
Do you need me to tell you which games they're going to win? I can tell you that right now.
You can hold that. You want to save the drama.
I can tell you that right now. I can tell you right now.
Nostradamus is just ready to go. Madam Cleo.
I can tell you that right now.
Here's what we're going to do. Those are your picks. At the end of the show, we're going to let you debate it. You can score it at home. Find us on Facebook. It's our Facebook face-off. That happens a little bit later.
I will lose that, I'm predicting.
Of course. Okay. For our next topic, let's take a look back at Game 1 and some of the things that happened there. And as the dust continued to settle here yesterday, it seemed the unquestioned scapegoat for the Miami Heat was Dwayne